Hi, this is Khandekar Ahmed and I am the unit convener of NIT 2102 Cybersecurity Essentials. In this video, I will demonstrate cross-site script attack practice that you can do with DVWA app installed in Metasploitable and accessing from Kali Linux. So let's start. The first thing that we will do is we will start Kali Linux and Metasploitable from the VirtualBox. In first lab, you learn how to install them. So I believe you have already the environment is set up, and we have also set up the network configuration. So connectivity is established. That means we can reach each machine from the other one. So the user ID of Kali Linux is osboxes and password is osboxes.org, and for Metasploitable it is msfadmin user ID and msfadmin is the password. Then we will type the ifconfig, and ifconfig will give us the IP address of Metasploitable. Then we will open the browser in the Kali Linux and we will type the IP address. So it will open the open the Metasploitable different apps, and we can select DVWA app from there. Now the credentials for DVWA is user ID is admin and the password is password. So we log in. Now we will there are three types of cross-site scripting as discussed in the lecture. One is cross-site script reflected, another is cross-site script stored, and another is cross-site script DOM. In this video, we will see the cross-site script reflected and stored. So in the first example, we will see cross-site, a reflected cross-site script. What happens in this type? It is a non-persistent. Script is executed on the victim side and the script is not stored on the server. So let's select cross-site reflected. As you can see, it has a text box. Let's type something and then submit, and we can see it is returning the response with the hello word. So it is taking my input and returning the same input as an output with hello. So let's try putting a HTML tag, and so this is a header one for HTML, you all know. So if we submit, see what happens. So we can see that it executed the HTML code. So why not, let's try now writing a script. The first script that we are trying to write is this script will generate a pop-up window, alert pop-up window, and will send, let's say, hacked. So that means we successfully launched the first cross-site scripting attack, which is hacked. That means what is happening, the vulnerability here is the input is not being validated. That means the system is not validating the input, and therefore whatever it is receiving, it is executing. Now, what is the benefit of cross-site scripting? You may be wonder. Putting an alert is not something harmful, but using the cross-site scripting, an attacker can steal many important or valuable information. For example, an attacker can, in the alert, instead of just showing the hacked message, if we put document.cookie, that means we can access the cookie, And then if we submit, see what happened. You can see we are accessing the session ID. Now what is session ID? Whenever someone log in during the session, a session ID is generated that is used to identify the user. Now the victim attacker can steal this session ID and can impersonate of that original user or victim and can access his on behalf of him. Now at this stage, our DVWA security is set up in low. Let's change it to medium and try the same thing, doing the same thing. Now if we put again, let's say script alert hacked, and we submit, we can see that now this is nothing is happening. That means it is somehow stripping the script. So whenever there is a script tag, it is taking that script tag off. All right. So now how we can bypass this bypass and launch the attack again. So let's open a notepad and just to play around the script. So as you can see, the script has a starting tag and ending tag. Just to let everyone know that in this notepad, the ending tag should have a backslash. So what we are going to do, we're going to bypass that stripping of the script word. So what we did here, we did make a nested script. So what will happen, the sanitization will take off the script word at the beginning of the tag, starting tag, and therefore it will have the second script. All right, so let's have a look and see how it goes. So let's nest the script word inside the script. So it will do a pattern matching and it will find the opening tag of the script, and as a medium security it will take that off, but after taking that off it will have ultimately another beginning script tag or open script tag. So if we submit, does it work? Yes, it works. So we can bypass the we bypassed the security where it was looking for script tag and taking of the and stripping of this script tag. All right. Okay, in this notepad, I just updated that in the last notepad, the end tag did not have the backslash, forward slash as a closing tag. So you just need to remember that, and that's how you differentiate the opening tag and ending tag. Now let's go to the DVWA security again, and let's change it to okay. Just before we go, can we have a look on the view source to see that how it is working? So you see, it was actually replacing the script word. So it was searching for the keyword script, and wherever it was finding, it was replacing the script word. So that's why we made it nested, and it actually works. So though it replies the nested one with nothing, but after replacing, it eventually end up with another script opening tag. Now we have changed the security from medium to high, and we can see that with the new with the nested script tag still it is not working. Why? Because now we can see the source code that it is using a HTML. It is using HTML special characters function. So HTML special characters basically convert all special characters to HTML entities, and that's why you saw that it does not consider that as a tag anymore or script anymore, rather consider it as a text. Okay, and therefore um, it it was able to defend this attack. Now I'm just trying another way to do and see if it works here or not. So we also using another approach that's called image tag. So what the intention is that we will use image, source we will put, let's say, nothing, x, source equals to x, and on mouse over we will make the alert message. So the idea is if I could get DVWA executed this script, then there will be an image icon, and whenever someone hovered their mouse over that icon or image, it will generate the alert message. But as you see, it is not working here because that HTML special characters is converting all of these special characters or tags to HTML entities. Now we are going to check XSS cross-site scripting stored. Now what is cross-site scripting stored? In cross-site scripting stored, everything the script that we send, it is stored in the server, and therefore every time the victim execute, the victim get affected. So let's select cross-site scripting stored. First type NIT2102 in the name. In the message, let's say we put cybersecurity essentials and click. So it is whatever I'm putting in the name and message, it is returning to me. So if I refresh, I can see every time I refresh, it resend and show the same message. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put test in the name and something in the message box, and then click, and I can see that it generated the script. It generated the alert box. And now you will see that if I refresh, it will generate again. So that means the script is stored in the server. So let's now take the security level to medium. And you can see, since the script was stored in the server, every time I'm navigating to the page, it is showing me the same message. Now what I'm trying to do, I close the browser and opening the DVWA again from the browser to see if it gets refreshed. So I keep the security high just to check. Now it seems like working. Nah, so okay, so because it was high, so that's why it was bypassing. But if I go back to medium, I can see the script is still stored in the database. So if I look at the view source, what actually happened? So I can see that it is creating a query, and then it is storing the script in the database. All right, so how to, let's say, refresh. Yeah, you can see in the low and medium in both cases still the stored. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to the setup option and reset the database. So I'm basically resetting the database and bringing it to the very initial position. And now you can see when I'm navigating, it's no more showing. So that means the script is removed from the database. Now with the medium, if I give the script again, you can see with the medium security, it can avoid executing the script. All right. So it seems like I cannot execute the script in the through the message box. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try putting the script in the name text box. But I can see there is a length limit in the name text box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to inspect, and in the inspect I'm going to manipulate the length of the name text box. So let's inspect and find out the actual text box. We are still tracing. That's the first row, and then the first column is the name label, and the second column is the text box. And you can see the length of the text box is 10. No, I should not change. I don't want to change the length of the label or width of the label. Sorry, let's bring it back. I'm basically planning to change the length of the text box. All right, and I change the length of the text box from 10 to 100. And let's write the script now, and let's see what happens. Does it work or not? So no. So it seems like when writing the script on the name text box is also not working. Just check again. Now I have to again change the length of the text box. So I'm trying to now do nested script, and it works. So that means it was using the same technique that we saw in the reflected cross-site scripting, that it was replacing the script tag with the null. So when we put the nested script, it works. Now let's reset the database again, and let's try the same script, nested script. I have to manipulate the length of the text box again. Well, we can see that with high security level, nested script is not working. So if you look at the view source, that how it is protecting itself from the nested script. So we can see that when it was receiving the value, it is again passing through the HTML special character function, which basically converts all the special characters into HTML entities. And that's how it is basically defending itself from the nested script attack. I believe this will also definitely, just like the reflected cross-site scripting, this will also work for image tag, because same the HTML special characters function will basically convert all the tag or special characters into HTML entities. So you see it same like nested script image source tag is also not working. So I believe thank you for watching this video, and I hope you understand the concept, how the cross-site scripting works. These are just the examples. You can do many more different practices, and I would strongly recommend that you practice more, try different ways to launch an attack. For ethical reason, it is a good practice to practice this sort of different techniques, attack techniques, to understand them better in a controlled environment. So that's why you practiced it in DVWA app. In the next exercise, you can also use the test PHP, which is also a dedicated vulnerable website, but it's a live website. So as you can understand, the cross-site scripting is mainly you can launch only when the input of the text box is not properly validated, and this is where the attacker can inject a script and get their purpose done. Thank you.